Bum, bum, bum.
Boats,
Fire
and
noise.
hose. Boats and hose.
What?
Boats and hose. What is going on, everybody? What is going on? And welcome to this week's episode 184 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey guys.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and laugh at Nate's potato internets.
Nate's potato internet is back, baby.
Not again? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we think you said, and I'm Nate.
And I'm Nick.
Oh no, yeah.
And then it was frozen.
Yeah, that's all right.
Doing the Mickey Mouse hello.
Yeah.
Now there's
Oh,
You're glitchy.
at least it's not me this time.
That's
That's all I have to say.
Remember that like streak of a couple of weeks in a row where each one of us like glitched out? That was like a couple months ago. That was fun. At least we moved past that.
It was real bad for a while.
Yeah. Well, Nate can't say it, or maybe he can, but I'll say it. It's been a week.
It's been a week. Okay.
Has been a week.
Before we go through, did anybody just notice, did that picture get smaller, or did they change something on StreamYard? Because that used to fill the whole screen, and now there was edges to it.
No,
Yeah.
so it never fills it never fills my screen, but it fills like the broadcast screen.
Yeah.
So on Twitch it'll fill a full screen, but on the StreamYard screen, it never fill it for me.
And some of them do, but most of the time they don't. It's something with the way I make them, I think. I don't know.
Okay. Because I just noticed the edges around it on our end. It was like, wait, that's never done that for me before. So did I change resolution then? Maybe
No,
I don't know.
No, Ed says it's good for him, so that's all that matters.
it's full for Ed.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's the case. I was like, that's
Full size. Large.
Big.
So we didn't talk about this, but can I go first?
Go ahead.
So exciting news, right? Podcast related news. We did a thing this week. We teamed up with Cross the Streams Media. Tell
me more.
It's a podcast network ran by our friend Dwayne from 3 Beers and a Mic. You may remember them from the shout out I do every week.
Yes,
you may remember them from the shout out I do at the end of every episode. But anyhow, real quick, thanks to Dwayne for inviting us to his podcast network. Again, Cross the Streams Media. We actually have a page now on their page, so you can check us out at crossthestreamsmedia.com. It's got links to all of our social media like Instagram and Facebook, the ones that matter. And you can listen to all of our episodes. And he wrote up this really cool thing that I'm going to paraphrase. There's merch, which we don't have a link to that yet, but we'll work on that. There's some type of voicemail feature. So check that out. You can also check out the other shows from the Cross the Streams Media network, like The Movie Gap, 3 Beers and a Mic, The Dan Aykroyd Podcast, Secondary Heroes, The Dorksman, the Burt Reynolds and Charles Bronson Podcast, because that sounds like fun.
Because one of those is not enough. You need, if you're going to have a podcast, you got to have 2.
Yeah. And who better than Burt Reynolds and Charles Bronson? Front Row Negative, Bird Appetit, The Art of Boar, and Beering Ain't Easy. Again, go to crossthestreamsmedia.com and you can check out all those wonderful podcasts.
Exciting times.
That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful. So yeah, I like some good friends like the Dorksman and Secondary Heroes are on there, so we're super stoked to be there as well. As we approach the 4-year anniversary of the STS Guys.
4 years coming up soon.
4 years.
4 years.
Can you believe it's been 4 years since we turned around and talked to each other at work?
No, no, absolutely not.
Hey,
I got one other thing, which is pretty exciting.
Ooh, let's see.
It's Bell County Comic-Con time, guys.
Ooh.
That's right.
yeah.
Bell
That's
County.
right.
I've been on this one.
So I had to look it up when I first saw it, right? Because it's in Texas, and like we're new to Texas. I don't know where everything is, but Bell County Comic Con is in Belton, Texas, which is about 45 minutes-ish north of Austin, not quite to Waco on the way to Dallas. So it's in Belton, Texas. Bell County Comic-Con is happening next weekend, August 7th and 8th at the Bell County Expo Center. It's going to be lit, man.
I'm going to tell you, it may not be as lit, but it will be fun. The only reason is I'm concerned because I just searched Bell County to figure out where this Expo Center, where it is going to be is. But the first suggested thing that popped up was not the Expo Center. It was not the City Center. It wasn't even the local Walmart, Target, or any shopping center. It was the Bell County Jail. That was the most popular search for Bell County. That's what they decided was the thing that they were going to pull up when I searched that location.
Hey. So like it's just kind of like in Arizona, right? So like when you think of Florence, you don't think of like, hey, that Wendy's that's on the corner, or hey, their expression. You think of, guess what? They have a whole bunch of prisoners.
They do. So there must be a big prison in Bell County. But they also have an expo center, and they have a fun Comic-Con with a pretty legit guest list.
I was surprised.
Yeah, they've got the original Incredible Hulk, Lou Ferrigno. One of my favorites, Lark Voorhees, Lisa Turtle from Saved by the Bell, the guy who played Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat movie, like the first one. A couple wrestlers for the WWE fans, like Sergeant Slaughter and Honky Tonk Man.
The Honky Tonk Man has made a comeback. So he was at every single Arizona con. Now,
honestly, Sergeant Slaughter, I think is
so
what I'm excited for.
You may remember, like our very first Halloween episode, I shared a picture of me dressed up as Sergeant Slaughter for Halloween. So I feel like when we go, I have to take a picture with Sergeant Slaughter just to follow up, like complete full circle of 6-year-old Larry being Sergeant Slaughter for Halloween to like middle-aged Larry meeting the man in person for the first time.
Oh my god. How this is a couple weeks away, right?
It's next week.
It's next week. Do you think we can find an adult Sergeant Slaughter costume for Larry to wear when he goes to meet Sergeant Slaughter?
Probably not. But
why wear the adult one? Wear the kids'
I know,
one.
the kids' one. I like the stupid thing is
I'm guessing he doesn't have it.
No, I know. God, no. Like, I have a lot of stuff. I don't have that. But I did see one on eBay or like Instagram, right? There's this guy on Instagram who sells Halloween costumes, and he had one. And I asked my wife if I could buy it, and she shot me down. She's like, why do you need a plastic smock that says Sergeant Slaughter? But I could have at least had the mask, which would have been pretty cool. So I regret not purchasing that now. Thank you, Scott. I'm going to cry.
I'm sorry to bring it up, but I thought as I'm bringing this up, an idea.
Well, and here's the thing. I thought you would. Like I said, I could have sworn. Like I said, knowing Larry, I said, and all the randomness stuff that he keeps, I could have sworn that he would have had that costume still.
No Halloween costumes, unfortunately. But I am excited to say that Bell County Comic-Con also has a lot of great voice actors, most of which are from Dragon Ball Z or My Hero Academia, too. So if you're into anime, you definitely want to check that out. There's some Power Rangers because every con has to have a couple Power Rangers cast members. Bell County Comic-Con, Belton, Texas, August 7th and 8th. It's going to be a good time. Tickets are on sale now. If you're in the area, right, come down from Dallas. It's only a short drive. If you're up in Houston, like our friend Dwayne, come on up to Belton. It's not too far, right? Patrick is up in Dallas. He should come down. The Newland brothers, they should come over to Belton. We've got a lot of Texas friends. Everybody needs to be at Bell County Comic-Con next week.
Yeah. So much.
We've said it so many times. I've been
Texas.
Yeah. So there's also something very particular right near there, not too terribly far away, that we'll also have to try to make a stop at. Nate, I think needs some. He's frozen now, but I think he needs some. He needs some more beaver nuggets, and I know for a fact there's one right up the way.
Taylor.
That's the best part about these Texas conventions that we have to drive from Austin to get to is no matter which way you go to those major cities like San Antonio or Houston or Dallas, right? There's a Buc-ee's on the way, and Scott's absolutely right. There's a Buc-ee's right near Belton.
It's
so we'll definitely be going.
Like just down the road a little bit.
Yeah, it's perfect, right?
I know my internet is super bit now, but I heard Buc-ee nuggets and I'm excited.
You did. That's awesome. You know what else gets Nate excited? A Geek Together raid. That's right.
Calm down, Nate.
Thanks, Geek Together, for sending people our way on Twitch. If you didn't know, Geek Together is live every Saturday night, an hour before us at 7 p.m. Pacific. Actually, I think they're starting to go live at 6:30. So 6:30, Geek Together, Twitch. Thank you guys for sending people our way. Sounds like a good time for a shout out to the chat. We already mentioned Ed, but let's shout out Ed again. But Wasted's here, so that means Jessica's nearby. What's up, Jessica?
Happy birthday, Jessica.
Oh, happy birthday, Jessica.
Happy birthday.
I missed
to
that.
you.
How did I miss that? Happy birthday, Jessica.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Our friend Manny's here, Night Bodega. Thank you, Manny, for stopping by. Thank you for all the shout outs on Twitter, too. Manny's a good guy. I also see Gary. And I think there's somebody else. No, I guess I did miss them, but shout out to them. Shout out to JMeasy3000, who I know listened to our last episode and sent some nice comments about our conversation about the chicken cone and Slim Thug. So shout out to JMeasy too.
And because I didn't say it, Gary. So I was reading the chat and I missed it.
Real quick, I said also shout out to Ed because he got, like I said, the mystery package that I sent him. I said last week. I said which was an autographed picture of Jerry Ryan from from Star Trek Voyager, 7 of 9 herself, and she actually liked the photo.
Did she? No way.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
so
Ed had a pretty epic week.
He did.
Because if Jerry Ryan liked his photo, which is awesome, but he also got reposted by John Cena.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, Ed drew
really cool.
Ed drew a picture.
I didn't see it at first.
Yeah,
I get it. There's nothing there.
Who? Yeah, this is a blank. He got reposted by something blank. What was this?
Ed drew a really cool picture of John Cena's character from what's it called? Yeah, Peacemaker from Suicide Squad, and John Cena must have saw it and reposted it and gave Ed a shout out. So that was pretty awesome, right? John Cena's a pretty big deal, so very cool.
Agreed.
Yeah,
that is really cool.
Yeah,
he was just in the Fast and the Furious movie. I'd say that's a pretty big deal.
He was. Yeah, that's big. It's the biggest deal in my house. I am excited about Suicide Squad though. That comes out next
Friday. Yeah.
Next Friday on HBO Max too. I'm excited.
Yeah, very cool. I think that's all I've got. I didn't really do anything good this week. I'm just looking forward to next week and Across the Streams Media. What do you guys got?
I've been gone for a couple of
weeks.
Yeah. I went to Florida last week. And that was fun, although extremely humid. My brother lives out there, so I was out there for a few days. Unfortunately, it was also red tide, which I don't think I've ever experienced. Have you guys ever experienced red tide?
Not in the ocean.
I think you're saying red tide. You're like every third word.
I'm wondering if I should even continue on this story because of my horrible internet connection. But
that's okay, man.
Anyway, red tide is red equals a lot of the and then it stinks like horrible. So we went to go check out the beach, and it was a really nasty smelling beach. So I don't recommend going to Florida during red tide because you will not be able to swim. Even though the disturbing part is that I saw a lot of people swimming with a bunch of dead fish in the water.
Like dead fish and stinkiness, and these people are still jumping in the water. Like, that's fine. Clearly, it doesn't kill everything.
Yeah, it was a little disturbing. And then to top it all off, I got home, and there was a horrible storm, probably like one of the worst storms I've ever seen in Arizona since I've lived here, which hit my house when I was gone. And I got like a sneak preview of the damage through my cameras. So I checked it before I came home, and oh my God, it was just devastation. Ripped out 2 of my trees, just destroyed my pool, like just dust and dirt and branches and leaves and all kinds of stuff. So I spent a good part of 3 or 4 days cleaning all of that up. So now I'm 2 trees less in my backyard, which is great for the pool, but it also makes it look very bare back there.
Yeah. So that's crazy, man. Yeah, I did see that on your Instagram story, right? It got your trees pretty rough, man. Arizona's had like some crazy weather. Like it rained a lot. I know like my old neighborhood got hit really hard too. I think even before the storm that got you. So it's been a rough summer.
Yeah, we went through a drought for a long. All of a sudden, man, weather, rain, the weekend.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
It's been a crazy year for weather, man.
That was my past few weeks.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad nothing like besides landscaping got damaged. So I guess that's good, right?
And I'm
like,
glad
very
you
happy.
didn't-
and you guys were safe. So.
and I'm glad you
Yeah.
didn't go swimming in stinky fish water.
Oh God, yes.
I was really surprised to see people like, how can you not think that that's a little concerning to swim in that? You know what I mean? Like it smells horrible. There's dead fish like literally everywhere.
That just says a lot
The-
about their life choices.
I think so.
Yeah,
I guess
meth.
so.
Meth is a hell of a drug.
Hey, that's I said red tide is where Florida man is born.
Florida man.
That's where you get your superpowers.
That actually might be why there's so many problems in Florida. They go swimming in the red tide and they're like, lose their mind.
Yeah, probably because people there are a little crazy.
Yeah.
In Florida.
Yeah.
But it was a good time nonetheless.
Yeah,
It's
one
always
day-
good to get, especially because it's been since I've traveled anywhere.
And Nate, I'm glad that you could get at least one story out with that potato internet.
God, this is awful. Sorry, everybody. It's really bad.
It's all right, man. Manny's in the chat. He asked, "Have we gone back to the chicken nugget cone place?" I believe he's referring to chicken cone. And no, I haven't even been tempted to go to chicken cone.
So here's the sad thing. Like my wife and I both have watched Larry's Instagram and saw the chicken cone and looked at it and we're like, this is really good. We're going to go. And then I saw the pictures and was like, maybe that's like a one-off thing or whatever like that. And then you told the story and both me and my wife are like, I think we're good. I don't think we ever have to go to this place. So
I need a little
Yeah.
more time at least, maybe.
Yeah, seeing the fly would make me not want to go back there.
Yeah, it's gross.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Slim Thug ruined a good thing.
yeah.
They credit you back your meal at least?
No.
No, we didn't even ask.
Oh,
It wasn't the kind of place where you ask for a refund.
Yeah, like it was the kind of place where you just kind of like you took your looks and then you left.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Unfortunately.
You looked at it and you knew what you were getting into. You're like, I should have known.
Well, plus, like I said, it's me and Larry too, so we're not very. So neither one of us are very intimidating, and so like
No, it wasn't going to happen, unfortunately.
Well,
So,
I like how
it's
their
okay.
thing wasn't like we'll just give you that for free, just toss it, don't touch it. It was more like, oh, I'll just make you new ones. Like,
Yeah.
How are you going to guarantee it's fly free?
Yeah, like I don't really want it now.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been me. Like,
Kind
don't
of
give me a
lost
new
my
one. Just
appetite.
give me my money back. We'll call it even, and we walk away. We're not that popular, so you're not going to lose that much business. I was bitching about it online, so let's walk away.
Hey,
If
man.
anything, the entertainment value of posting the picture and the response, like I said, that
That's
that
worth it
itself
enough.
is a refund.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That's worth it enough. We have not only once, but we've now talked about this twice. So
Exactly, right? See, and the CEO, he's a fan.
Yeah, he's a fan.
Right, he's a fan. I looked it up. So, right, it was actually Jamie Z who commented about the CEO talk, and he said he was screaming at his radio when he was driving around listening to us that Slim Thug is probably the CEO. I looked it up. So, surprisingly enough, Chicken Cone was actually founded in Pennsylvania. It's not even like a native Texas thing, like I assumed it was. So, unfortunately, Slim Thug is not the CEO. I still feel like he's the franchisee though of that Houston
Mhm.
branch because he's, according to their Instagram, he's there like all the time.
Either that or he just really likes that chicken
Oh,
cone.
he just really likes the chicken cone and the flies.
maybe he's one of those people that thinks like bugs are the future, right? And like
Yeah, it's all
Like,
natural.
all natural and everything like that. He's one of those people that's like, I'll take a.
So do they have a special edition cicada cone?
He's one of the people that would eat one of these,
Cicada cone.
Oh yeah,
The
Like,
Snowpiercer
he's like-
bars.
the Snowpiercer
that's-
bar,
The grasshopper bars.
the cricket bar, yeah, the peanut butter and jelly cricket protein bar.
Is that is that from Comic Con 2018?
It is.
yeah. That made its way from Arizona
Well,
to
first-
Texas.
First off, due to things, I can't actually eat this. And yes, it was in my desk, and they packed it up and brought it. So I
okay.
thought, you know what, I'm going to keep
That's
it.
awesome.
And
Yeah,
it's
that is
literally
awesome.
hard as a rock, but
I'm impressed that Jeremy knew that so quickly.
What they had,
It's
it was a
something
big thing. They had the
2018.
vending machines open.
I
where you go
remember.
collect your
Yeah.
ra- yeah.
I knew it was
I
a
didn't-
Comic Con, but I didn't remember
Yeah.
where you got it.
Yeah, it was.
What was
San
the
Diego
last
20
one they had?
Yeah, San
I
Diego.
didn't recall it as
2018.
clearly as Jeremy.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
You just go, when was the last year they had one? because we haven't gone back to a San Diego since then.
It's true.
That one. Manny wants you to open it. I think you have to leave it sealed for
no. It's gonna
No.
at this age it will stay sealed.
Yeah, a couple
No,
more
no,
years
forever.
at least. A couple more
No,
years.
well, here's the thing. Maybe a 5th anniversary episode of the STS
There you
Guy.
We
Maybe
open it
that's-
again, but I'm not eating it. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. Not
Wait,
eating
wait.
it.
Well, timesies on this. So you won't eat basically a bar that's known to have bugs in it from 3 years ago, but you'll eat cereal from 30 years ago that's guaranteed, I'm guessing, has bugs.
Here's the thing.
bugs in
It has nothing to do
Some
with
kind
what
of
you
bugs in
expect
there.
it is. So it's an assumption that the allergy to the sea bugs will translate to the allergy to land bugs. There's an allergy aspect that I have to consider.
We don't want you to die from an
Yeah.
allergy. Fair enough.
So that's more of the concern, not necessarily the age of said bar, but the contents within.
All right.
I
it's
was
the
never going to
ingredients.
eat that even when it was fresh, just due to concerns of like, lobster makes me sick. Probably a cricket's going to do it too, right?
Yeah,
They're basically the same
I
thing.
don't know.
go for it. Go for it, man.
I don't know.
Uh,
I'm sure somebody's done a study. What do you guys got? Jeremy, Scott? Anything good?
It's been a week. Literally, I've just been working nonstop this week. It's been pulling
Boo.
some late days and some early mornings.
Very much so.
Yeah, it's just been nuts at work. But other than that, like I said, nothing really going on besides that Bitcoin is going back up in price.
Oh, yeah.
So
Nice.
happy with that. Like I said, it's the old mining farm said downstairs is it's doing mighty good. So I said keep it up. And then for the bingo square, Bitcoin.
Hey,
Shout out to Ed for the
crypto.
sticker.
And shout out to Andrew from the Toy Rewind podcast for making the bingo card for us. You can get your own STS Guys bingo card at podcastbingo.com/STS Guys. Ha ha ha! Bingo!
Bingo.
Sorry, I'm.
You weren't even looking.
I wasn't because I'm pulling this up.
That's
I mean,
the question
it's-
you're going to ask? Jake had a cake?
Yeah,
Oh, come on, Jake.
that's the best that you got. Like,
The
come on.
mystery is not answering that. I mean, you're
Come-
just wondering.
No,
Obviously not. Don't you see all the toys behind me?
yeah, like
Yeah,
exactly. Like
No.
that's the best question that you think. Ha ha ha! I got those motherfuckers with the question. Have you guys ever had sex? Like that's the worst. You didn't see the guys last week that were dropping N bombs on the stream. Like, come on.
Hey, I do feel proud of us. So I said that we've probably made it to that point to where we just have fun.
Tards basically jumping in there trying to get you.
Speaking of trying to
And
get
it
you,
just- and
we
it-
got Mad Hatter Pups.
Mad Hatter, what's going on?
What up?
And it just sounds like massive. That's not a sentence, bud. So let's
I mean,
let's if you're gonna insult it, let's have at least some grammar here, dumbass. Let's keep. So,
What-
you're better than that, son. Come on,
Come on, Jake.
come on,
Yeah.
Jake.
You got to pump those numbers up.
Pump
Yeah,
those
you're gonna have
numbers
to
up.
dig a lot deeper than my friend.
Dig deep. If you're
Dig
gonna
for
actually
us.
look at us, we've heard worse. Try again.
Can you right now?
Oh,
If anything, I could do a whole episode just responding to that cop. Like,
Right.
to people like
we
that.
don't got anything better to do. Clearly, Like, I just spent like 7 hours in a YouTube hole watching scammers get scammed by the people they're trying to scam.
So the Jake saga continues. I don't know, guys. You sound like feminine trying to be nice in Twitch.
Hey, you're entitled to your opinion, Jake.
It's just his feeling.
It's just his
Yeah.
feeling.
Come on, man.
But
it's
try-
your opinion.
Okay, first off, okay. What's wrong with sounding feminine?
There it is.
There we go.
Uh,
That's the one that we were waiting
Oh,
for.
man.
oh, YouTube.
Oh, fun stuff.
Oh,
I think this is what they want, though, guys. Right? They want us to talk about the comment as it comes up.
And we're going to
So,
do it because
Yeah, we're gonna do it. But yeah, that was
Wait,
fun.
wait.
Oh, Nate, you missed last week. We got these YouTube comments last week too.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
Or
watched.
did you
part
see
of
it?
the
All right,
stream,
all right,
yeah.
good,
Yeah,
good,
Talking
good.
about it.
Good.
It's funny.
All right.
So what else is new, guys?
Yeah.
Scott, you got anything else?
Jeremy-
What were you watching
Jeremy-
on YouTube?
Oh no! So I was saying, I was watching. So a couple of different guys. There's it's called Scammer Payback and
Great channel.
Jim Browning. Amazing channels where they basically gladly like take these scam phone calls, but like turn the scam like on the head and actually like one of the guys goes in and deletes the files off their computer while they're trying to do their scam. So it's been it was something I got through Mark Rober. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him. He's the dude that does the glitter, makes those really like intricate glitter bombs.
Oh yeah, you told me about him before.
So he teamed up with some of these guys to like actually send him to like try to get them to get sent to the call centers or whatever. And then I started watching some of the other channels that were doing the same thing. And then suddenly hours went by and I realized I've just been watching all these these things forever.
Ed's seen it
in a
before.
hole.
It's
a black hole.
YouTube does that, man. Sometimes.
Seriously, you can get lost for a while. Oh, this looks interesting.
Shout out to Cookie from Just a Little Podcast.
hey, what's up?
Hey, Cookie, how's it going?
What's up, Cookie?
So
GZDR forever or forever. Do you guys know if there are Olympic Funkos? There's that Torchy guy that came in the box of fun.
Okay, so seeing the Torchy guy, it automatically made me think of that Simpsons episode with Springy.
Yeah, I saw somebody reply and post the GIF of that. I want a Springy pop. I doubt they'll do it, but that would be amazing. Yeah, Funko basically made their own Olympic mascot.
It was pretty amazing. But it honestly automatically made me think of Springy, like I said, the Olympic mascot.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And then Homer bought all those springs and flushed them down the toilet.
it's also the
Good
one
times.
that I'm gonna try to pull up the thing that company that did that had the COVID vaccine mascot that's like the dude with like the white blood cell head
I don't
or
think
whatever,
I saw that.
and he looks absolutely terrifying, dude.
Yeah. Well, Scott
Hey.
searches for the
Manny has a good topic.
Yeah.
Manny has a good topic.
Manny wants to know about the Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer. Did you guys watch that? Their new one dropped, right? The second trailer, or third trailer, or fourth? I don't know how many they're doing now, but there's a new Ghostbusters trailer. Showed a little bit more. What'd you think, Nate?
It looks good. It's like a little bit of the classic mixed with some new.
I saw that.
Not seeing Egon just makes me sad.
Yeah.
That's the worst, not having him around. But other than that, I mean, it looks like it's going to be more of a faithful creation than the new one that we saw. I don't think
with
a
the
lot of
girls.
people cared for. It seems like it's trying to be more faithful to the original, which I appreciate as a big fan.
Well, having everybody back is like you're like, oh, like I said, other than Egon, which is sad, but I mean, I honestly would rather have him left out than like if they would have tried to like digitally put him in or anything like that.
Well, here's the thing. I think they're gonna make him a ghost. I'm like, just for the fact, just for the fact of, like I said, of how tied he was to that series. And
that would be cool, though.
It's gonna be like, because aren't the new characters his like grandkids basically?
Yeah.
So that's gonna make it kind of weird that he'll be in there and they potentially have to bust him. Like I don't know. I would almost like leaving it as like you know, like his legacy gets to carry on with, you know, Paul Rudd's character or whatever taking over that scientist spot, right? And the kids kind of being in there, like however they're gonna do it. I think having him just left out, still giving reverence to the character, but keeping him out, not doing the ghost. I think, Jeremy, you're right. They're probably going to do that, but I think I'd be more excited if they just kind of gave like a nice little like, hey, he passed, like
Yeah.
Here's the thing: like, stop trying to bring back dead characters.
Well, and I
Like
think that
dead actors into to shows.
which honestly, I think out of any dead character, like I said, into a show, I think this is where it probably fits the most, right?
It would make sense.
Because it
It
could
would
be a
make sense.
ghost and he's dead.
That and here's the thing. So in the trailer, right? I said the Gozer's dogs, right? Like I said, we saw a throwback because we saw the Hellhounds, right?
Yeah.
So potentially, right? So there might be another, like, say, Gozer type appearance in there as well. Like, hey, what's one thing that you'd want? I said that you want to fear. Hey, maybe they're all thinking of Egon rather than a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and it's the ghost of Egon.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Because
And by the way, that is Zool and Vin's Clortho are the names of those dogs.
Oh yeah, I knew Zool.
Zool,
I don't know why I knew that.
Zool the gatekeeper.
Because
Dana keeps saying, "I am Zool. Are you the Keymaster?" The Keymaster is Vin's Clortho.
Oh yeah. Okay. Manny says that the new Slimer, his name is Mulcher. Yeah, I didn't realize that either. I thought it was just Slimer. I didn't realize it was a new Slimer. And the Stay Puft Marshmallow Men are back because they're those little guys at the grocery store that Paul Rudd's hanging out with.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like the Egon ghost thing kind of makes sense, but I also feel like that right, it's the family thing, kind of like when Paul Walker died, they didn't want to like do too much. Like, I feel like they might just not want to bring back Egon because he's dead and they want to be respectful and that kind of stuff.
And here's like, I think they would, but it's his brother, or I'm sorry, it's his son that's doing the movie.
Yeah,
it's his son that's actually just directing the movie.
Well,
it's the director's son, right?
It's the director's son.
Yeah, director's son.
But guy, but here's the problem, or the thing is, God, I cannot. Why I'm drawing a blank on it. I remember Vin's Clortho, but I can't remember the actor's name. Dan Aykroyd and him were the ones who originally wrote and like did everything for
really?
Ghostbusters. Yeah, like he was the main writer. Him and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, so it was his idea. That's cool.
Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of want to see it. Like I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see a ghost cameo. Said from Harold Ramis. Like I think that would be cool.
Harold Ramis. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Like why am I drawing a blank?
What if they have like a Melissa McCarthy ghost?
Only if they bust it.
Yeah. Like
I mean that goes with it, right? They can be mean and capture that ghost, or what's the girl's name from Kristen Wiig from Wonder Woman, right? Kristen Wiig, or the other girl who I don't know her name, or even like Chris Hemsworth. What if Chris Hemsworth shows up as a ghost?
Yeah.
Is that too far?
That's too far.
That would tie it all together because it's them from like Ghostbusters from a different multiverse or whatever.
Yeah, then you're bringing multiverses. You already have the like
Marvel doing
Lovecraftian horror aspect of Gozer the Gozerian, right? And like the whole like idea of that is very like the whole idea of it is like this Lovecraft ancient gods living in alternate things. Like you don't need to bring alternate realities into this. You already have this. Manny brings up, is Rick Moranis going to make a special appearance in the movie? Who knows? That dude,
he's been MIA, right? Like
his wife,
he doesn't do much anymore.
His wife died, and he was like, I'm out of movies. I'm done. Like I'm not going to go through this anymore. Like I got kids. I'm taking care of them.
So,
right? So he's out, but he came. He did a role recently where he came back, and it was like a big deal.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? So I think it's possible that there might be a cameo. Secondly, right? Rick Moranis is, like I said, is confirmed to be coming back because they're actually doing a reboot of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because it's in the pre-production, and he's still playing his Wayne.
Wayne
Selinsky.
Yeah.
And it's what Shrunk, I think, is the name of it.
Yeah.
Is what they're going with for right now.
But like I said,
I hope that's good.
That might have been derailed because I said I said right when COVID first hit, I said he got like beat randomly, like I said in New York, like just like some dude came up and hit him.
Yeah. So maybe
that would be cool. I really enjoyed him in Little Giants.
Yeah. What was the one where him and where like the bully comes back into his life as an adult and starts bullying him again?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, come on. We can't talk. What is it? Bob and Tom. Come on.
Bob and Tom? Is that the name of a movie?
Wasn't or what was the one where the
Flintstones?
No. It's where they're the guys.
It's actually called Big Bully.
Yeah, Big Bully, but no.
Oh yeah, with Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold, yeah.
No, I know Ed will know it.
What are you talking about?
But Strange Brew? No, not.
Yeah, the Strange Brew guys.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob and Doug?
Bob and Doug. Yeah.
I don't know. That's too deep for me. I can get Little Giants, but
It's like two Canadian guys drinking beer. Come on.
yeah.
He was also in Flintstones.
Yeah, I forgot about
Barney
that. Right?
Rubble, man.
Yeah, he was
Come on.
Barney. He was a big deal, man. Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Yeah, Spaceballs.
He's in
I
a
know
lot
we're
of really
talking-
good movies.
We brought him up with Ghostbusters, but yeah, I would love to have him back as a cameo, just as again, not necessarily as a Ghostbusters, just have him have like an accounting office, right? Because he was like he was a CPA, right, in the thing. So have him just have his accounting office, and he just opens the door to it or whatever.
That would be cool. Just a quick Stan Lee style cameo where
Exactly. That's all you would need.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver's in it, I think, too, right?
I
think she's
so.
confirmed to be in it. So I said it would make sense.
Awesome.
You would think if he wants to. If not, that's okay too. His choice, right? If he's got other things going on, he's moved on from Hollywood.
It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird seeing everybody with Sigourney Weaver though in the cameo state, because all those guys, they all look old. They all look very, very old. And then Sigourney Weaver hit a certain age where she just stopped aging and has looked the same and still looks like way younger than her actual age.
She did age, and then it's like she hasn't since.
Yeah.
When you saw her in Avatar,
What?
she looks older. Seems like she's been aged since.
I think
So
Nate
basically,
said we saw her in Avatar and she hasn't aged since.
yes, that's what Nate is getting at. Is that yes? He's conferring my point that she is basically ageless to a certain point. She hit this thing and got the Keanu Reeves treatment and has now stayed the same ever since.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, the Ghostbusters thing, I'm actually excited. I'm glad. And here's the problem that I had with you bring up the girl one.
Yeah.
It was the fact that they kind of rebooted the whole thing on a treatment that didn't need the reboot, where you could, and this one is a true sequel.
Yeah.
It's not invalidating anything that's happened before. You're not retreading the same wheel. It's cool. Let's go ahead and take that story and move it forward. And you could have done the girl one.
You could have.
Within the original universe. You could have written it as like a franchise, or they're out of business and they take it over. And still you want the girls created all this stuff, right? If you still want that to happen, you could have done it with like, hey, we're going to improve the trap, right? Or she makes those little like fist glove thingies, right? Make additional stuff. It's cool. You could have done it that way. They chose to just reboot it, and it didn't work out well because no one wanted that reboot.
Yeah.
But everyone would have had as a sequel, it would have been good.
I wonder how many times we've complained about the Girls Ghostbuster movie on this podcast.
Not as many as you'd think.
No, not as many, but it's come up quite often.
It's come up quite a bit.
And I don't have any original ideas to say other than the same stuff I've said before. Like everything Scott just said is totally true. Like they just messed it up. I don't know why. Oh, and they had Bill Murray in it, but he wasn't Ghostbusters Bill Murray. He was just some guy. Like that was
tons
just
of them.
Yeah,
but
Ernie Hudson was in it.
Ernie Hudson.
Yeah. Everybody, but
Dan
Harold
Aykroyd
Ramis was in there. Dan Aykroyd was a cab driver here.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
But this goes along with a lot of things. Like, so if we look at the last couple of years, and it's not specific to the girl Ghostbusters, right? That was one of them. But if you think about like the Nightmare on Elm Street, right? That they did with the everything that wasn't needed. They did that Red Dawn remake back in the day. Like, why do we need that? RoboCop got a reboot.
Awful.
Wasn't it that?
Well,
I'm trying to think. I'm looking. There's another one.
Red Dawn's funny.
Wish. Death Wish with Bruce Willis, where it didn't even try. Like, there's a bunch of these remakes that just they didn't need to happen.
Just talking about the Red Dawn one specifically, right? Like that movie was so funny just because it sat on the shelf for a long time, kind of like Cabin in the Woods. Like I said, it was in that same era of, oh wait, this guy's made it big now because he's a Marvel star. Let's release this movie.
Well, it had him and the kid from Hunger Games that played Peeta Mellark, right? So it was like, oh, we got two big stars.
Yeah.
Now
Josh
these
Hutcherson.
guys, Josh Hutcherson or whatever, that they're like, yeah, let's get him, throw that in. Yeah. Manny says Death Wish wasn't too bad. Nothing against the movie. It's just any movie past like 2014, Bruce Willis just gave up acting, right? He gave up trying and just shows up, says his lines, and collects his paycheck. And you can tell in all of those movies.
There's a new one called Breach I checked out, and I'm really sad that I actually did check it out because it's really bad.
Yeah.
Is it the space one? Like where's in space?
Yes.
Oh, yes. The Chips.
Chips. Oh, Chips was good. I like Chips.
Okay, Chips was only good
Chips.
because they did the Starsky and Hutch thing where it was they did the reboot, but it's just a way to make a comedy movie of using the old TV shows.
Yeah.
So I don't list that one as it because that wasn't them trying to build this new franchise or restart this franchise. It was just like, we're gonna have fun with it. You don't have to take it seriously.
Yeah.
Whereas the other ones that we all listed, they were like, we got to take this seriously. We're going to reboot these series, and we're going to do this whole thing. Yeah, Manny says Harrison Ford does the same thing now. That is true. Harrison Ford also just shows up and
right. He shows up and collects his paycheck.
Except if it's on Indiana Jones where he hurts himself and he has to have most of the movie as a body double.
I was going to go unlike Scarlett Johansson, who can't collect her full paycheck from Disney because they don't want to pay her.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about that? I can't believe that's still a thing. I really figured they figured that out before they released Black Widow.
Yeah, how did she not know it was going to go to Disney Plus?
No. Here's the problem: is they told her, right? If you look at it, the contract was that she would get the money based on the gross from the films, right? That's how most of those people got their. That's how most of those Marvel guys get paid, right? They get a percentage of the gross, but the condition of that was that it would stay only in theaters.
Oh, okay.
Then they threw it in Disney Plus, and that contract lets them basically skate out of paying her because it's only the gross. Her contract was tied to the gross of the movies in the theaters. Yeah, so any of the money that they say they made on the Disney Plus one, they keep. So they did actually legit cheat them out of that. And yeah, they probably figured it out, but they never updated any of the contracts, even though the people were like, hey, if you're going to do this, we need a new contract. Right. And they're like, no,
totally fair.
They did. From what it is, they did do a shafting. Now, there's also the story that they didn't want to work with Disney on whatever the deal was for the new one. So there's also like deals were attempted to be made, but yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm in both camps of this. Yes, it's definitely a shafting, right? But it's hard to feel bad for someone who made $20 million on a movie.
Exactly. But you're mad that you didn't make 50.
Yeah,
right. Like,
but how are you going to be mad at her? Like she made an agreement, right? Good for her. It's big corporate Disney that's making even more money, and that's keeping it for themselves and not really being fair.
That's what I said. That's why I'm in both camps on this, right?
Yeah.
So yes,
I get she makes a lot of money, but she's also entitled to what she should get. And did you see where like Kevin Feige was pissed supposedly?
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, I mean, right? You got to treat these Marvel actors good, otherwise people aren't going to want to be in these movies. They make a ton of movies. They make a ton of money, man. Yeah. Like it's.
Well, and then Emma Stone is now suing Disney as well for the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And Jungle Cruise just dropped with The Rock and stuff. Like, Emily Blunt, right? Those are two big stars. I mean, The Rock probably wants his cut. Sure, he's a billionaire, but still, right? You deserve to get the piece that you agreed upon.
But now here's the where I'll go back to Jeremy's side on the both sides of the thing. Because this is a whole new thing, we don't know. We do know because Disney came back and said, "Hey, we tried to counteroffer with some things, and those were turned down."
Yeah, sure.
Right. So or those negotiations basically broke down. So we don't know what the deal that was offered back was. So I'm not going to really say that, like, we know that, yeah, it was a really shitty thing to do. But I think there's a little bit of, like, you maybe it was like, oh, we'll give you an extra 10 million or whatever for the thing. And they're like, that's not enough. I want 50. And like,
that's possible.
Right. So like,
and in that case,
we
it's a
don't
rich
know.
person kind of like
Bitching about not getting as much money. Like you made with the 20 million, you got more money than I will ever see in my entire life.
She's
Yet you're mad
entitled to
that
it.
You didn't get 3 times that much is a little shitty.
She's entitled to it.
She is entitled. If that was the contract, that's true. But here's my question is, if they did not put that on Disney Plus, and I think Tyler brought it up, there was like $60 million that they made with the Premier Access, right?
Yeah.
Give or take. And I've seen that number a couple of times.
Yeah.
Do you really think that $60 million would have went to the theaters? Because I think no. I do not think that many people would have gone to the movie theater.
Not in that first weekend in July. I think if it was the original release date or something like that, pre-COVID or no COVID, absolutely.
Well, the best test against that is Fast and the Furious, right? Because Fast and the Furious was released only in the theaters, and even that didn't have as great of an opening as it should have as the previous movies, right? So like,
did you see that one's on demand already too?
Yeah, well,
because they need their money.
Well, because because that's the thing with Universal. Universal basically said, like I said, we got to shorten our days to 45 days just because people aren't going to the theater still. Like, and I think that's why I'm on both sides of the argument too, right? So like at one point in time, like, so what do you do? Like you have, like I said,
do we let your movie tank?
Yeah, do we let your movie tank? And like, so okay, you want it released, here you go. But like,
and so you make basically what you made, because the people that were gonna go to the theater went to the theater. The people who weren't will just bypass the movie or be like, it'll be on Disney Plus eventually. I'll just watch it when it's free.
Yeah. So
and they spent a shit ton on marketing, and they had to keep marketing it.
Yes.
Because everyone already for a long time. So Disney was already out a bunch of money. So I think they were just like, we need to get this going and get it out. And like, it has to go on this Disney Plus thing because we need to make a return and get something back to cover those costs. Like, I think this is going to be one of the first ones that potentially I think rakes in, starts to go into that lost territory.
Well, I said it's not lost territory. So they made their money back, right?
They made at least, but they made their money back for production. But I think with all the marketing costs, usually it's double that. Even marketing. So it's right now it's tracking to basically be right at the same level as if you count in the streaming as Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is Marvel's lowest rated, lowest movie right now. So like. Yeah, it's just not going to be this huge dynamic tentpole success, right? And I think that there's two different things, right? You have this movie honestly could have sat on the shelf. Like, so they could have let us. They said it doesn't tie to anything. Like it literally it progressed the story. Absolutely none.
It didn't do anything. Like I said, it was a really like for me, right? Like I said, it's probably one of my least favorite Marvel movies. I think. Because of the timing, right? Like I said, if this would have came out directly after Civil War, absolutely would have made way more sense. Releasing it now, like,
especially after Endgame.
After Endgame, The only thing it does, the only thing it does, it sets up Yelena to appear in Hawkeye. Like that's literally that's confirmed.
Yeah, I saw that this week.
I know, but it's kind of like there's a whole thing where it's like a kind of a maybe. It looks like they also have bigger bad guys in the story, so you're like, how much is she going to be in it is the question I have.
Yeah, but
is that going to just maybe set up him going deaf, right? Because that's kind of one of the things, and that's why he has to like give on the mantle. Like, I don't know.
But for me, right, I said it's the ending of that movie. Just like that's I think that's what ruined the movie for me. It's just like this choppy ending. Like it's just like okay and okay, we're gonna skip a week down the line, and you don't know what happens here, but now you're blonde and have short hair, and you're continuing to do your thing. Good for you. Whatever happened to this convoy of people? Whatever.
Yeah. There's all these other saved people, but that one's the one that we care about, not the 30 others that they saved. Like, what happened to all these? You have like 30 female assassins that now aren't being mind controlled and can make up their own minds. We should have known about this.
Well, I just like
that should have been a bigger deal.
I said this. It's just the whole, like I said, General Ross. Like I said, caravan. Whatever. We're just not gonna answer that question.
Yeah.
Nate, did you finally watch Black Widow? Because I haven't seen it still. Nope. Yeah. So Nate and I still haven't seen it.
Why haven't you seen it? It's
Wash your hands.
Are you saying?
Well, I'm just waiting for it to come out on Disney. I know I can get it probably other places, but I'm not really in a hurry to watch it.
It's the most pirated movie of the pandemic.
Yeah. Like
Arr.
Yeah. So I don't know. I will tell you this, and I said this earlier, Jeremy. I know you've watched this. There's another movie that I watched over the thing. It's called Blood Red Sky. Vampires on a plane.
Oh yeah.
Oh, how was that?
1,000 times more entertaining than the Black Widow movie.
Really?
mm-hmm.
That's shocking. I need to watch that this week. You mentioned it earlier this week that it was good. I haven't seen it yet.
I've been seeing it, but I'm like, I don't know.
I made fun of it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's vampires in the sky. It's literally, terrorists hijack a plane.
Okay.
And then it turns out one of the passengers on board is a vampire. And then all hell breaks loose on this hijacked plane. And it's very clever how they go around some of the hijacking plot. Yeah, the Dominic Purcell, the dude from Prison Break, is in it, which is really weird because it's a German movie. So most of the movie is dubbed in English, but it's German language, right? Except Dominic Purcell talks, and was it Graham McTavish are both in it. And when they're in the scenes, I guess they thought it's going to be more real if the American dude, Dominic Purcell, speaks English to all the people, and they speak English during different parts. So some of it's dubbed and some of it's not dubbed. And it's them speaking English, and then it's a whole bunch of different multilingual people, right, that are the actors. So I thought that was cool because at first I was like, oh, this isn't dubbed. I thought it was a German movie. I didn't know these guys spoke German, right? And then a certain point, you're like, no, that part was clearly dubbed. So it was kind of a cool transition. But yeah, very good movie. Surprising. I went into it, like I said, thinking I was going to make fun of it, and then was actually drawn in by the story. I thought it was really cool, and they set up the characters really, really well. And one of the terrorists
this weekend. So
yeah, one of the terrorists is an absolute psycho, and he plays it so damn well.
Is it better than that Dave Bautista zombie movie?
Yes.
Army of the Dead.
Yeah, Army of the Dead. Okay,
yes,
because I didn't like that very much.
They're coming out with a prequel. Yeah, they're coming out with a prequel one. Like I said here.
Oh, great!
It's in a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks, yeah.
So it's already. It was shot on a budget. Well, so there's not very many zombies in it, apparently.
I noticed that other Netflix series, it's called Fear Street. They dropped 3 movies all at once.
Oh, we need to talk Fear Street because that was actually.
I actually enjoyed that.
I did too,
okay.
And they did a really good job with that, and the way that they did the movies, I was actually really enjoyed the whole process here. I'm looking at the time. Yeah. We'll have to save our discussion of Fear Street for next week.
And technically, it's 4 movies.
Okay. Yeah, yes. I was I'm seeing all this new stuff. On Netflix, you never really know what you're getting.
Yeah.
So I see one picture, I'm like, maybe not, or maybe later. But now that you guys are saying it's so good, I'm gonna have to go back and check this stuff out.
Yeah, no, it's like I said.
I want to check it out.
The Fear Street's good. The Fear Street's good, right? So it's an interconnected, multi-year story, of how things go.
They did a really clever way of showing how those movies are interconnected.
Yeah, and then
with the time periods and why the and I forget the year, right? That it comes up the
1978,
1678 one. 1666. So the 78 one is done really well, and it kind of leads in from the first movie right into that one, which you're like, how? Because they're 20 something years apart. And then the 1666 one, you're like, that makes sense how they're doing it, and they actually explain how their connection to the 1666 one.
And then the 1666 one ends in the middle of the movie, and then it's basically brings it back to 1994 part 2.
Instantly, yeah.
Instantly,
so
yeah.
It's this cool little transition, and it wraps everything up. but leaves it open for additional sequels and additional things. Loved how they did that. Like, I was actually really impressed, and it made the movie better when you had this kind of like, I don't want to say reoccurring cast, but the kind of that theme and all these different time periods continued to sync up in different kind of interesting ways.
Yeah, I was quite surprised. Plus, like I said, some of the deaths in that movie were pretty awesome.
The bread cutter,
the bread cutter one, yes,
yeah,
that was excellent.
So, yeah, very, very good stuff.
The bread.
So yeah, we'll let's go through this, because I know, Larry, you haven't seen them. I know you probably avoided them. Nate, give them a shot.
Tell me what it is again that I'm watching.
Fear Street on Netflix.
Yeah,
all right. There's 4 movies I have to watch.
It's three movies, but like
third one,
number 3 is split into 2 movies.
It shift gears halfway through the movie. It just instantly is like puts it into drive and goes into a different direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
So watch them, and we'll talk about them next week. I wanted to ask you guys, because I watched the last one on my flight back the other day, and I was like, you know what? Give you time. It's been out for enough time. We're not going to spoil anything, but we need to talk about it. And it seems like people in the chat all agreed that
it's good.
That it was good. So yeah, I think we'll have a pretty good discussion on that one next week.
Yeah, it was good.
The bread cutter thing reminds me of the pizza cutter that Nick Gage cut Matt Cardona in the death match. I'm doing a bingo square. Did you know that Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona won the GCW world title last week?
No. Tell me more.
In a
with
death
a pizza
match.
cutter?
Yeah, Nick Gage cut his forehead up with a pizza cutter because apparently that's his thing. Reminds me of the bread cutter.
Matt Cardona still wrestling?
Yeah, he does his own thing now. But GCW. I don't even know what GCW stands for, but he is their world champion. So shout out to that guy.
Can we have a bingo square? And I haven't seen any of the Newlands in there to relay this, so someone's going to have to when they watch
Andrew updated like Bucky's and stuff, I think.
Yeah. So have them go back, because we need Larry does a segue that no one understands. Because this is not the first time. None of us are like, dude, where are you going with this?
I was doing a forced bingo square. Forced bingo square can also be a bingo square, because that's exactly what I was going for. Because it's not my fault if Nate doesn't bring up Batman, or Jeremy never messes up the intro anymore, or we don't call Scott Lord Scott.
Yeah, now you've hit everything.
There you go.
Someone better have bingo at this point.
Yeah, there's got to be a bingo out there somewhere.
Here we go.
Bingo!
All right. With that, Larry, just do your thing.
That's what I wanted to hear. The bingo man. Thank you, Scott. All right, so thank you guys for hanging out. If you want to follow us on Instagram, you can find us at STS Guys. We're on Twitter at STS Guys, and we're also on Facebook at the STS Guys. And I am Larry from the STS Guys.
Shilling like a villain.
Shilling like a villain.
Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
All I have to say is, Nate, I was going to give you about 2 seconds to see if your actual internet would let you say it before I hit that button. So I'm glad you did.
Thank God it's finally, at the last 5 minutes of the episode, it's finally getting a little bit more solid.
Yeah, until you say that. then you get
and he freezes as he says
Never
that.
mind. Nope. Shit the whole time.
I used to think too, when mine was really bad. I was like, it's fixed, guys. It seems like it's doing better. And the second I'd go live, it'd be like, that's too much data stream. Fuck you.
It's weird. I'll go like 4 or 5 episodes without any kind of issue, and then all of a sudden, one episode is just awful.
It's that storm. It did it.
There it is, right?
It could have.
That's part of the other damage, not just landscaping. Your internet turned potato.
Look at that callback. Well done, Scott. So if you like Funko Pops, and maybe you didn't get into FunkCon, maybe you did. Jeremy and I did.
Yeah.
So we'll be buying some FunCon exclusives on Wednesday morning, hopefully. Maybe that
Still an
movies
awful
guy.
name.
Maybe a Funko soda. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Bingo square. So if you didn't, you can always go to shumistore.com, buy yourself some Funko Pops, enter code STS Guys, you'll save 10%. And then everybody needs new t-shirts. I like to get my new t-shirts at animatedapparelcompany.com. That's right. I go to animatedapparelcompany.com. I get some licensed t-shirts I enter code STS Guys. I save 10% and I get free shipping. Animated Apparel Company. It's the best.
It's the best.
the best. Can I tell you, I did have to throw away one of my most favorite shirts, my Dungeons and Dragons shirt, because it had a big old hole in the armpit. So I will be going to Animated Apparel Company to actually look and see if they have something somewhat comparable so I can replace it, because that was my red shirt and I need a new red shirt.
At least you got a black shirt, so you're good.
Yep.
If you like podcasts, you should check out our friends who have podcasts.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Check out our podcast family like Talkin' Pops, Pop Collectors Alliance, The Dorksman, Geek Together, Secondary Years, The Average Nerd Podcast, Nerdy Curious, Movie Retakes, Toy Rewind Podcast, 3 Beers, and a mic. The Totally Rad Movie Podcast, it's not dead yet. And the Figure Booth, they never miss a week. They're even on Instagram now. Nate, what's the Figure Booth's Instagram?
It's just at figure.booth.
All right, figure.booth. So go give them a follow on Instagram. After you do that, go check out Just a Little Podcast and MJ Pop World and the Pop World Live crew. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. We'll be back next week talking about that movie that I don't remember the name of it already. Fear Street. Oh, and if you're here live, we are going to rage Patrick M. Cusack, who is doing a 24-hour stream for Extra Life on Twitch right now. So please try to support him. He's a good dude. He's in Texas. He's in Houston. He needs to come to Bell County Comic-Con.
It looks like he's offline. Is there somebody else?
What? He's supposed to be. No, he isn't. He's online. I can see him. He's there. Patrick M. Cusack.
Yeah. All right. Well, do that. So, Jeremy, take us out.
Oh, no.
All right. For episode 184 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey, guys, I've been Nate.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Okay,
bye. Bye. Bye-bye.
Goat versus fish.